Greetings and welcome. My name is Beaumont, and this is Vibrational Guidance Over Truth, a tarot and oracle channel where we allow the vibes and sensations that we pick up from the readings to confirm what is or is not in alignment with us for each message. On this channel, the themes change for each week, and the theme this week is Mesoamerican cultures. So we're going to be looking at the Toltec oracle, the Mayan oracle, other sun and past life and soul decks to see what the divine guides have for you. Once the reading has concluded, I do not reinsert cards. That way the messages can stay fresh. Please just use this as an opportunity to practice your intuition skills. Look at the synchronicities from the colors, images, numbers, and stated guidance on the card, and hold a question in your mind and in your heart, and let's see if spirit guides come through on these messages to provide confirmations for you. As always, these readings, we are supposed to say, are for entertainment purposes. Take what resonates, leave what does not. You can simply use it for spiritual reflection, if not anything else. This channel is rooted in love, not performance, prediction, or perfection. Love is what has brought you here, and so I thank you and welcome you. We're going to begin with picking a tea bag quote. Okay, and the quote we have here is, meditation is medication. So meditation, whatever that looks like for you, whether that be prayer, whether that be stating mantras or affirmations, whether they rhyme or not. And let's get straight into the reading. Divine Guides, Ascended Masters, thank you so much for this opportunity to read for the collective. Please show up, and whatever answers are being held in someone's heart, if you so see fit to come through, speak for the collective. All right. What messages do you have for the collective? What general messages do you have for the collective from the Mystic Tarot? All right. Would you like for me to be more specific, spirit guides? Let's say, what is the sun, since we're in the summer where I currently am, what is the sun illuminating in the life of the collective? Is the sun, summertime, thank you, illuminating anything specific in the life of the collective? So there is a message for that. And it came right on top of our meditation is medication. In the reverse, we have two. It says shining wisdom. Interesting that shining wisdom came out in the reverse. The card says, seek teachings that support you as you manifest your goals. I learn what I need to know. So some of you are not needing in this time to seek teachings or to seek support for you to manifest your goals. Some of you are being asked to go at it alone. And if the quote is in the reverse, it's saying, I learn what I need to know. This is telling you, do not seek to learn what you think you need to know, okay? It's another realm of learning, right? That's something for someone to meditate on. And we also have shared journey. Honor your transformation while being open to others on the path. Together we make magic, is what the message says. But if we read that in the reverse, this means for someone in the collective that it's time for you to honor your transformation by going at this journey alone. And that means that it's you who makes the magic individually, and you need to see that you're capable of that and not making magic with others. All right. Beautiful, powerful, powerful, powerful. Now we're going to look at our past life oracle cards and see what the divines want to tell us is true about a past life and how it might be similar or different from what we have here. So divine guides, what part of the soul of the collective is awakening from their past life? What part of the collective's current soul, thank you, is awakening from a past life experience? Thank you so much. And spirit guides are very specific for us right now because we have a message for this and we have a message for this. So let's see what they have here. What is being awakening is a karmic relationship in the reverse. So spirit guides are wanting to let someone or a group of you know in the collective that some karmic relationship is not the shining wisdom is what you need to meditate on to not bring this back. There are things that you have learned in past lifetimes, and your spirit guides want you to note that your learning in this lifetime is coming through you knowing to not continuously engaging in the types of karmic relationships that you have in the past, whatever that looks like for you. And then what we also have here in the reverse is the galactic card. So some aspect of your past life is not galactic. And if we look at how it came under the shared journey, some aspect of your past life was an individual galactic journey or an individual earthbound or specific planet bound journey. So a lot of people in the tarot community sometimes talk about being from the Palladian or other star systems like Sirius or Orion. But for a collective of you, you might have actually originated or been the original seeders proprietary community of Earth or of a specific planet. And as a result of you not having this galactic presence or genetic makeup or history, your journey is meant to be very individual. And what's coming to mind for me is like being a nomad, someone who travels their land or the terrain that is around them. I'm feeling called now to move on to our Mayan Oracle deck. And this is a new deck for me, so I'm super excited. The symbols on them are very unique. And I have the book, so whatever messages come out, I will need to, 9 times out of 10, seek guidance from the book. But our question here is going to be, how is the collective dimming their light out of fear? So we've looked at the past, and so far everything has come out in reverse. And as a result of these reversals, spirit guides, how is the collective or a particular group within the collective, how are they dimming their life light out of fear or out of habit? So how is the collective dimming their light out of fear or out of habit? How is the collective dimming their light out of fear or out of habit? Okay, nothing there. I'll ask this. How can the soul awaken out of these reversals? How can the soul move forward and come out of these reversals? Thank you, spirit guides. How can the soul awaken and come out of these reversals? No response from the Mayan Oracle. All right. One more question, spirit guides, if you would like to answer. How is this sun season? How is the sun cycle and this connection with the Mayan Oracle able to illuminate truth for the collective on how to see themselves properly? So how can this Mayan Oracle help the collective see themselves, thank you, properly? How can this Oracle deck help the collective see themselves more appropriately? Thank you so much. And as it pertains to this topic here, we have this card. All right. So I'm going to look this up in the book. And our messages have totally been coming out in alignment with one of these two themes. All right, page 114. And it reads, pronunciation is kawak. Common Mayan usage is for storm, fire, and rain. Qualities are the final surrender, purification, transformation, reunion, activation of the light body, thunder being, lightning path, initiation by fire, ecstasy of freedom. The symbol is the thundercloud, lightning, and the white owl. The number is 19. The color is royal purple. Herbs to consume or consider when receiving this card are echinacea, garlic, purple iris is the flower, and the scents are frankincense and myrrh and mistletoe. Stones to encourage holding when you receive this card are purple fluorite and amorite. The element is water, and the direction to face with these elements is west. The shadow wisdom, states that there is a denial, a fear of the unknown, issues with an addiction, strong feelings of despair or separation from source, feeling like you're judging your physical transformation process, and feeling of futility and despair. How to transform this energy is to step free from denying and judging your experience. Access your essence self to carry you through the intense feelings that accompany profound growth. Turn your transformation over to spirit and surrender all that perpetuates the illusion of separation. The harmony with this is freedom, and the mudra meditation is enter the wave of ecstasy beyond the finite dance of the swirling veils. Fragments of the greater self gather, moving homeward. Rise up unveiled, horizons await. Affirmation: I am purifying and transforming myself, igniting my light, body, and healing all separation. Wow, that is so powerful. So, for some of you within the collective, there is a relationship, because it's coming from this, that in past lives and even in this lifetime, you coming back, it has not ended well, or it is not going well when you're honest with yourself. And your shining wisdom of how to be the proper partner, how to be a co-teammate in this thing called life with an other, is not showing your wise best actions. And you know you're here to learn. You know you're here to experience and create your own heaven on earth. But after leaving this relationship, or now in the phase of contemplating leaving this relationship, there's some doubts about yourself, how you've let yourself down emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, and even physically, with letting certain aspects of your physical body go. And that judgment is what you're needing freedom from, and affirming that, yes, this is your season of purifying and transforming yourself. Awesome, awesome. All right, let's get some Soul Cries Oracle, because I think someone's soul is crying. And let's get some confirmation, divine guides, on what you would like to say to the one who has a soul that is crying. Spirit guides, what confirmation would you like to provide from the Cries of the Soul's Oracle? Are there any confirmations? And we caught that one. I'm hearing look under the deck. Ooh, okay. And there that is. We did not catch it. Looking under the deck, we have self-evasion. I accept myself as I am. This is further confirmation. So someone right now is definitely needing, with the 18 card, to align themselves with accepting who you are in this relationship, accepting that you need to leave this relationship. Again, we have here not going at a shared journey on this side, but your meditation is truly to know that you are here to accept yourself as you are. I've said this before on the channel, and I will continuously say it over and over again. You were born in this time, for such a time as this, for a reason. And one of those key things to learn, once you come to realizing that you have been trained and brought up in a certain way of thinking, is that you yourself are an individual, and accepting yourself and accepting whatever changes you want to make to yourself, not as a result of societal norms, but as a result of it being a part of your life path. That is one of the things that you're here to do. And some of you have been caught up by choice, by environment, whatever circumstance, in a karmic relationship, lifetime after lifetime. And it is time for you to break free from that and to allow your light to be the shining path of wisdom, because you accept yourself. And that is what the world needs to see. That is what your environment, your family, your friends needs to see, is someone accepting themselves, irregardless of all the reversals you have been dealt in the first chapters of your life. This new chapter, this royal path, is you accepting yourself. I love that. Then on this side, we have the 19 card and 23. So 19 says evading happiness. All right, so we have evasion and evading. I create my own peace of mind. So again, with this shared journey in the reverse. There are some of you who 18, 19, it is your time to accept from one plane of your life and level of existence to the next that you need to go this journey alone. Maybe it's a season of being single, a season of self-care, a season of professional counseling or therapy, or completing your own type of soul searching journey. But this is your time to foster peace of mind. And as it says here, my own peace of mind. So your personal peace of mind. And moving from that, we also have the personal karma. So this message is very personal for a particular group of you within the collective, where this is the question I can clearly hear that you were holding in your heart. And personal karma here says, I decide the weight of my inner baggage. So, further in alignment, and I just really want to say it again, confirmation that someone here is deciding what baggage they will and will not carry. And what your divine guides are coming through in this message and telling you is that you haven't been shining as the light of wisdom that you know that you were here this lifetime to do. Meditate on what have been the barriers. Are they karmic relationships? This can be with family members. This can be with friends. This can be with your children, with coworkers, with environments, physical locations. It could be a myriad of karmic relationships that have been keeping you from your path of being that thunderbolt, of being that lightning, of being that rain, and truly coming to, like the book said, accepting yourself and making yourself free. What your cosmic guides want to let you know is you are here on Earth, not anywhere else in the galaxy, but you are right here on Earth for a reason. And this is your season to go at your journey alone. Why? Because accepting yourself, finding your own peace of mind, and choosing what baggage you will and will not carry moving forward is the divine guide right now for you in this season. And we're going to wrap up by looking at our Toltec Oracle cards. I'm so excited for these. So excited. They are beautiful and amazing. Spirit guides, how can we wrap up this message for the collective? What is it that you would like to say to conclude this very specific message for the collective? Spirit guides, is there one particular very specific message that you would like to relay to the collective to conclude this reading? I'm hearing, nope, do it again. All right. Is there one message that you would like to give to the collective to close out this reading? One or more, I should add, okay. One or more messages that you would like to give. And that's why we didn't get an answer, because I was supposed to be specific and ask one or more. And look at what you did. You gave us a message for this chapter and for this chapter. So we have the Death card and we have the Wind Spirit card. So very clear, not even needing to use the book for this. And we have the Death in the reverse. There are some of you who are in this season of inwardly coming to accept that chapters are closing or chapters need to close as it pertains to your karmic, emotional, mental, physical, whether it be physical location, physical with individuals. These seasons of carrying baggage are over. And you need to go through a death in reverse for those of you that are resonating with just this half of the message. Your meditation is to see how death is an opportunity to start life anew. Think of composting. We can put banana peels and other organic objects that we use the fruit of, the meat of, but the scraps was thought of as waste. They can bring life and fertility to the garden as well. And some of you need to see that though you might be choosing to let go of a lot of things, what you're ultimately choosing is to accept yourself. And that's what your spirit guides, your spiritual team wants you to know is, Don't see this as a death. This is a death in the reverse. This is your opportunity to reverse the negative messages and the negative themes that your life has meant up until this point and turn it into something good. And what is that good? That good is the wind spirit. That good is you moving like the wind, your presence being felt, but it doesn't have to be seen. Your energy in your spirit radiating and being like a force, like a wind that can blow down a very strong tree. However, the spirit behind the force to knock down a tree was just as true and as just and deserving of being in that space as the tree was. Justice is not always equally fair or disseminated in every season of our life. And I feel that some of you need to hear that message. But for where you are right now, your wind spirit is coming through and telling you, oh my, like this is your time to be felt. Your silence, your actions are more important. And specifically your actions with your baggage. Let's pull one more. We're pulling now from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Collective, I've been so gracious and I should say giving grace and not trying to be too harsh, because this is definitely a message where it can be said firmly, but I want to be sensitive and tread lightly because I know a lot of these things that I've been saying can hurt. But if we were to wrap up with the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, divine guides for the collective, what would you like to say from the Oracle of Radiant Sun? I'd really like for you to provide hope. There's a lot of individual work, and if you really want to hone in on the individual work, I accept that and I relay that message. But is there a message right now, let's say not of hope, but of assurance? Is there a message of assurance, thank you, that you would like to relay to the collective right now? Is there a message of assurance? And as true as things have been coming out in two particular areas, here we go. All right, so concerning specifically someone being of the earth, of earth origin, not necessarily galactic. Patience in the reverse. So this is not a season for you, the number 6 card, to be patient. It's a time for you to know where you are, where you came from, and that you don't necessarily have to stay in that place. We also have submission in the reverse because all of these came out in reverse. And so this is not your time to submit to whatever you have been trained, coached, brought up as the way of doing life in the realm and location that you have been doing life. This is your time to move, not be patient, and it's your time to not submit, but to forge your own way. And then we also have here escape in reverse. And I think that's just confirming this. And you can't escape this new season of your life. It can either come by force like the wind, and it can be uncomfortable, or you can embrace this spirit of knowing it's time for you to go at your journey alone. Don't evade happiness, create your happiness, create your peace, and you will do that beside the fact that you're processing mentally what baggage to hold on to and what baggage to let go of. Here we have over the death card, acquisition in the upright, and it's the only card I perceive from everything that came out from the Sun Oracle that is in the upright. So there are some of you who are acquiring through accepting this death, this ending, something good, because we have a couple here. So, and that comes on the other side of karmic relationships. So potentially it is for some of you a family tie or a relationship tie that you're needing to let go of. But through seeing that this is not a complete and total death, and by choosing to reverse your mindset, again, accept yourself for who you are, there will be an acquiring of an other. But you have to go through this season first of the letting go, of seeing your royalty, of accepting yourself, and on the other side of flipping your mindset about this karmic death that is taking place, there will be acquiring of a new. What we also have here in the reverse is the Enterprise. So this is Again, maybe some of you have a business or you're working with your hands, and it's time for you to pull back in order for you to accept yourself. Maybe you're in a family business and you feel compelled or tied to continuing it. This is your season for not. What we also have here is drama in the reverse, and there will be no drama about this. Maybe there have been some people who you'll find out in your family or in your community who say, we always knew, this wasn't for you. Maybe that's for a couple of you. And the numbers are 1 and 5, just to let you know. We have the number 10 card, control. So this is not in your control. This is something that is out of your realm of control. The divine guides are wanting to let you know this is going to happen. You are here this lifetime to make this happen. And like the wind, whether we thrust this change upon you or you come to this acceptance in and of yourself on your own, it's a better thing to work with the spirit guides collective than to feel like they are enforcing what you need upon you. We have here also in the reverse speculation, the number 4 card. So don't speculate, don't doubt, don't lollygag on, is this really for me? If this message is for you, you know this message is for you. They're telling me, or they're telling you, like, don't drag your feet on it. Don't go half-ass. Definitely don't piss them off and go half-ass, because we have the independence card in the reverse, and this is the number 11, which again is just further confirmation. You're not going to be going at this alone, though. The original part, and that's what I asked for, is for hope, for a little bit of grace, and we got that. For those of you who are like, oh my gosh, how long am I going to be single? If you're telling me to leave this karmic relationship that I clearly know is toxic, whether it be relationship with a parent or community or specific location or significant other, how long am I going to be in this seeming shadow season of being alone on this journey and not sharing it with someone? The answer came through for you that it's not going to be a long time, that you are going to acquire and new, a more correct for you a fit. And here we have independence in the reverse. You're not going to be independent forever, but you do see the message here that you're being told to accept yourself. You got to complete that season and not rush it, but love your whole self for who you are and the scars that you've acquired up until this point. In addition to doing that, make peace with who you are and who you choose to move forward to be, with whatever lifestyle choices and changes that so see fit in your heart to bring you peace. And from doing those two things and simultaneously letting go of certain baggage and choosing what will be the stories you will tell as testimonies of how you made it through, of how you overcome, your spirit guides and your spirit team are letting you know that you are prevailing. You are not someone that anyone will ever speculate about. You can't be controlled. Drama will not faze you. And enterprise is not something you necessarily engage in. You just receive from allowing this process of death and being like the wind, flowing according to your spirit guides. Messages for you and your intuition are telling you to do. So I'm so thankful that you tuned into this message. If you feel so encouraged, like, share, subscribe, and I hope to catch you on the next one.